Good afternoon. Welcome back to Ashira Rose. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday afternoon in a busy time for our community. Graduation just let out. School's out for summer. So if you hear a little street noise, everyone's having so much fun at the beach right now. It's a beautiful thing. So hope we get to feel those vibes. Also, just wanted to remind everyone, big important reminder to hydrate as summer approaches, and this full moon that's coming by actually in 12 hours from now. So by after midnight on Sunday, the 31st, our blue moon, lots of intense energies coming forth with that for people in my circle and me personally. So just a reminder, some water does help to ground, some of the simplest things that we can do. Of course, I got back to the collective space and the plants were like, oh, we need a little hydration. So made sure that the plants were taken care of before I joined you. So just wanted to remind everybody that to take care of yourself in the most simplest ways. So we're going to get into some sound very quickly here and a little bit of cards as well. Thank you again for being here. Let's see. Let's start with this poll. She's speaking to me. Joining me on a nice deep inhale, softening, rolling the shoulders back, feeling the breath pass through the airways, down into the lungs, surrounding your heart, and gently exhaling, softening the jaw, cheeks, and the spaces behind the eyes. Inhale into that same space around the face. Feel the coolness of the air, growing the ribs wide as it cools the heart, and draw the breath into the belly. Beautiful exhale. Open mouth, cooling it down. Relaxing the third eye, letting go of thoughts. Thank you for joining me in the little breath journey and introduction. Appreciate you for being here and going on that little adventure with me. Like I said, the Sagittarius full moon is coming up very soon. Right now, moon is already opposed to Uranus and Gemini, and it will be making some beautiful aspects, I think trine to Neptune. So allowing ourselves to just be in a little dreamy space. Again, that hydration, water, so important for these physical bodies. Let's go into our sacred journey here and see what the cards have to say. And inviting in our angels of light and love, support us as we pass through this physical earth plane, allowing our hearts to be soft in trust, knowing that we are constantly being watched over by the power of love, allowing ourselves to lean into that. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Dream. Oh, and music again. I love her. I love that she has headphones, and I'm pretty sure there's a cord on the headphones, so that dates those cards. Yeah. Also dates me because I love to listen to my headphones on a cord. And Dream, the beautiful swing. How fun is she? She's having so much fun. Just allowing ourselves to get lost in some music, allowing our hearts to be free to daydream, taking a little time off of our responsibilities and leaning into the magic of just our human existence. It's so important. Okay, let's get into a quick little card message. So Dream came up first, and it's number 8. Dreams are the visual representation of our deepest desires and fears. While the dream itself can vary from something like a mundane task to an extravagant world, it can be beneficial to interpret them. Keep a notebook or journal next to your bed and write down everything you can remember as soon as you wake up. This card might also be telling you to dream bigger, as many of us put limitations on ourselves. And yes, I'm reminding you to dream bigger because we can get lost in these earth bodies so often, and our potential is so far beyond this 3-dimensional plane. So allow yourself to believe that what you feel and what you imagine is all drops from the divine being placed into your heart so that you can manifest it in this physical world. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. And then music. Music comes to us. Number 22. Music is known to have a significant impact on our brains. Studies show that it can reduce blood pressure and anxiety, improve mood, sleep quality, and even memory. It activates many parts of our brain and essentially gives it a full workout. Listen to whatever music you prefer, but keep in mind that the subject of the music, if there are lyrics, can impact your mood. Sometimes we want to listen to something sad because we want deeply to feel that emotion, or at least not be alone in those feelings. This can be helpful healing. So on that note, let's get into a beautiful root chakra. sounds like angels, wings, the bowls, the chimes, the metal, the glass. And I love her. So we're gonna cleanse this beautiful space. There's little Ganeshas on here, never noticed them. Resetting our intention for the universal wisdom cards. Calling in ancestors, ascended masters and guides of the highest light to be present in our space, lending us the power and confidence, their success, knowing that we are able to build on everything that they started. We all have purpose. Our destiny is abundant and assured. I'm not exactly sure what this is. This is exciting. I love learning new things. It says Aradia. I think that's what it says. Aradia. Let's go on this journey of learning. Miss Aradia. She's definitely a feminine. The card message says, "It is time for you to examine and question some of your beliefs. Look at your beliefs objectively. Try to identify those beliefs that keep you from moving forward and keep you from experiencing greater joy. We inherit many of our beliefs from our family, friends, and the society we live in. It is time for you to let go of all that no longer serves or supports you. Let go of all beliefs that stem from fear and replace them with love. For love is an endless source of creative power. This is a good time to study other cultures and diversify your spiritual knowledge and awareness. Look at belief systems, both past and present. You may choose to adopt some new beliefs if they resonate with you. Explore and observe and keep an open mind. Broaden your horizons. You will find that life is a rich and colorful tapestry made of endless truths and viewpoints and full of tantalizing flavors. Indulge yourself." I love what this is saying, and I also want to add that our feelings, our intuition are also guide points in the structures of our mental constructs. So being able to take some time, just like you are with me right here, and gently tuning back into yourself and your breath, and starting to become aware of your feelings and the feeling of ease versus tension within your body or around you. Because some of the beliefs that we've held for so long can be creating tension around us. And if you can just take moments to breathe and observe, those insights will come to you through your own awareness. Aradia was a rather controversial figure who lived in Italy around the 14th century. She was known as the Holy Witch because of the love and compassion she held for Earth and all humanity. She lived the life she believed in and was an inspiration to many, even though she could have been burned at the stake if she were caught practicing her ancient rituals, which were based on love and respect for nature, life, and all of creation. God bless Aradia, one of our ascended masters. See, I've learned something new. Gosh, getting chills. Started with the shoulders and down to the soles of my feet. Let's take some breaths together, honoring everybody's individual truth. And in the Sagittarius season, with the moon that is in Sagittarius, we can be reminded that our inner truth should be the highest truth. And allowing ourselves to trust and be brave and courageous, and acknowledging our own inner truths, and then taking the proper steps to manifest our reality and the truths that we feel. I need the crown chakra. Bringing it down to the heart. And our throat chakra. With our solar plexus. And Rumi. I did bring the Rumi cards. Another ascended master. A channel of divine wisdom, love, and world and culture so far away from ours. Yet he stood in his truth and spoke, documented and lived the beauty of his truth. I surge on the uprising wave of love. One of my favorites. Okay, she keeps making space for anything that needs to go there. All right. Today I'm going to read the entire card message for Rumi because I feel like it. I must need it. And here we go. Forgot to tell you what number it is, so I'll figure it out here. We have love. Number 5. 5 is in number of change, shifting. So just allowing ourselves to just get swept into that wave of love. Getting so warm right now. I want to cry. Beautiful heart energy. Just taking a few deep breaths. Allowing the energy to spread from me to you. That heart. The seat of love. Thank you. My life can be summed up in 3 accounts. I was raw, I was cooked, and I was burned. Rumi. So simple, so genius. I surge on the uprising wave of love. No gravity can stop me from rising. The moon pulls the tide of life towards her, and my soul, in oneness with all of life, answers her call. A wave of love consumes me, and upwards I fly, flying through water to greet her shining body. Led by my heart, my wits are addled, and my mind becomes a blurry mess. And so I feel instead. Feel the truth of her love and the divine reflection she shines back at me from her radiant heart. Greater forces of planetary movements affect us all. We experience day and night through the interplay of the earth, sun, and moon. This is a profound and obvious effect. The movements of the cosmos affect us deeply, body and soul. Some movements are perhaps less obvious in form, but are just as great, if not more so, an effect upon our spiritual growth and life experiences. You are going through a cycle, or soon will be, by which you will be moved by forces greater than your own personal will. This is a karmic period, a time during which the movements of greater planetary bodies will have an impact upon Earth and humanity. This is the way of things, greater cycles affecting smaller ones. The smaller ones are not less important, but they do have to bow to the power of the great, in oneness with the magnificent unfolding of divinity that is life itself. What we always have at our disposal is choice as to how we respond to these affecting movements and cycles. The effect of this karmic cycle now unfolding in your life is to bring you into sweet surrender and awakening into greater love. What a delicious divine destiny. However, even if we sense at one level that a shift has a positive end in store for us, we can encounter resistance and fear, born of ego in response to the stirring of spiritual uprising. We may quake in our holy body and wonder if everything is getting out of control and into some disorder. We will be right in our sense of imminent chaos. The disorder, however, is the ego perspective because its range of vision is too small, too limited, to comprehend the greater workings of the planetary systems that move life towards love. That is as it should be. The teacup is not made to hold the ocean, just actually a cup of tea. But if we begin to imagine that the cup of tea is preferable to the ocean simply because it is more containable, how much we miss out on. and how terrifying when we actually are thrown into the ocean and moved by it. Its sheer power, its wild force, and its passionate dance with the Moon Mother might have us fearing that we most certainly will die. Yet the only thing that is dying here and now is your grasp, your attempts at control. Why? Because your heart is more powerful than your fear, and it wants to live in total trusting surrender of the unfoldment of life's genius. It wants to let life happen to it. What a wise intention that is. Why seek to impose a smaller and less interesting story upon life when the great master storyteller is weaving a fantastic tale of great love, great adventure, and sublime spiritual success? No, it is wiser, wilder, and more fun to surf the great wave of consciousness seeking to overtake you now. Dive in, beloved. Surge with it. You're being given a gift of grace in this oracle, the promise that you won't drown, and that you will, in fact, be given a glimpse of your own divinity should you choose to accept whatever will be offered to you. Don't try to swim against the tide of your own journey. Go with it. The divine is there waiting for you, orchestrating waves upon which you may reach the heavenly shore. Yes, the divine is there waiting for you, waiting on a picnic blanket of fabric of the heavens, with a sacred feast of earthly bounty now just being unpacked in your honor. Get yourself into that ocean and ride those waves to your sacred date with the divine right now, sweet beloved. Surf's up. This oracle comes with a message for you. There are changes happening and they will be out of your control. This is because you are ready for accelerated life change. Rather than paddling, you'll be caught up in a wave and moved farther and faster. Let yourself surge on with what energy of what is happening, leading with your heart and just going with whatever unfolds. This will bring you the best fortune and open you up to the divine destiny that is your birthright in this lifetime. Placing your hands on your heart, say the following. The grace of life touches my heart, and I am courageous. I surge. I rise. I meet the divine beloved in every twist and turn. I journey home on the wave of love. I graciously accept the hand of my divine beloved, guiding me now through love, mercy, and grace. And so be it. So be it. Close your eyes and focus on your heart. If you wish, you may like to intend to connect to a feeling of love for your heart, a wise guide that it is.
Encourage you to make some sounds with your breath, sighing it out. Maybe humming, sighing, whatever your mouth, your face, the vibrations. Any movements and noises that feel right for you. So much energy has shifted just in this time frame. I encourage you to sit with this as long as you need to. I will gently close out some chimes. Gratitude for you, your heart, for your courage to take the steps, to speak your truth, honor the divine wisdom that lives within you. May your dreams be filled with wonder. Maybe they lead you to a paradise within.